215-592-9494. Do you think this setup can work again for the Eagles with Nick Sirianni sort of compartmentalized into doing whatever he does and not having the sort of power that a CEO head coach usually would have? You're right. It has worked out. It has worked out for them sometimes. It's also ended chaotically other times. The last 10 years, even 15 years of Eagles football post Andy has been a real has been really one way or the other, right? Like, it's almost as if they win the Super Bowl or there's total chaos. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a middle ground. So I think, could it work out? It could, but it could also unravel. Like the end of Doug unraveled, the Carson thing unraveled. It did seem like after 2023 there was some unraveling. It feels like there's unraveling now. There was the unraveling after Chip. So it's kind of a mixed bag when you look at their history. You can point to the Super Bowls, and they do count, but I do think these other things count as well when you're looking at their history.
Yeah, I think this one is a little different as far as where the team is at. I don't know how much change needs to be made with this team. Like, they're going to lose players every year, free agency or what have you. So losing guys, do you resign guys, that sort of thing happens every year. So I'm not even worried about that. But as far as the infrastructure, the staff, whether or not it's something that can be built upon and be successful, I want to see who they hire as the OC. Like, it's hard to determine that when I don't know who it is they're hiring. I'll just say they seem to have a strong they have a strong idea of what they want and how they want to get it done. Now, it doesn't always turn out the way they want it to, but I think they go in there with a game plan. They go into it with a game plan. And I'll say this about Coach Sirianni. You know, I love Coach Sirianni. I really do. But sometimes it may be better the less you do have. Right? Like, it's sometimes when he's getting involved, things don't necessarily always work out the way we wanted to work out.
It's just wild, though, that I just think he shouldn't be the head coach if that's the case. And I do like Nick, too, and I have found, like, he has grown a lot, and I think he's done a lot of good things as head coach. I just find it to be like, if you can't trust your head coach to get involved with those things.
Well, they trust him. He just doesn't – they just don't – it's just not – his word isn't the gospel on it.
Right.
Like, I don't know how much how much say he had in Baltimore. I don't know. I mean, did he have to run it by his owner and GM, the coordinators that were coming in there? Like, I don't know if he just had total autonomy to bring in whoever he wanted to and fire those guys. Mike Tomlin, I don't know if he had that either.
Yeah, and the autonomy thing is always couched with the owner has to say yes to everything anyway. It really just goes down to who the owner trusts, right? And for a long time, it was Andy Reid. The owner trusted Andy Reid. The owner tried to do that again with Chip Kelly, and it worked really, really poorly. And it always seems like since the Chip Kelly thing, it has always been, I trust me, I trust Howie. You know, when we're talking about Mr. Lurie, I trust me and I trust Howie, and everybody under that is not going to get the sort of say that Andy Reid had and that Chip Kelly had because he got burned on the Chip Kelly thing.
Right. As the head coach.
Are you asking me or you?
Yeah, you.
I'm saying it's.
When you say the players aren't bought in.
I'm saying it's all one. I'm saying if Corey is saying,
well, people know Vic Fangio's not in charge of them, and they still respect him as a play caller.
Right, but they also know, like, they know that Nick's not involved in the defense in any real way. Sure. I think there hasn't ever been a problem.
I think they know Nick's not involved in the offense too.
Well, but I think that also makes it real. The bought-in thing, it makes it harder if they think they have more power than the head coach does or the offensive coordinator does. So the buy-in from the quarterback or the wide receiver, if the person coming to them, if they think that person, they could just go above that person or that person doesn't have the sway to punish them in any way. Like, if let's say there's things they want Jalen to do on offense, Jalen doesn't want to do. Well, if Jalen thinks that he can just go above those guys to not do it, or they'll get rid of them before they get rid of me, then Jalen has no reason to be bought in. And for AJ, if AJ thinks, well, you can tell me you don't want me to tweet about it, but what are you really going to do about it anyway?
No, I understand that. Yeah. Only problem is I don't think they're ever going to have a coach like that.
Really?
I don't think the Eagles are going to hire a coach that has that type of authority. So the million-dollar players are going to always feel like they can go to the person that writes the checks if they have a problem. 'Cause I just don't think they're going to hire a guy with that type of cachet.
Yeah, and I just think it makes it hard. You know, I think we end up in situations like, and again, not everybody's. It doesn't need to be somebody with 20 years of experience, but I think when you publicly, when it's so public, it seems that the head coach has been minimized. I think it makes it really hard for that guy to manage the people under him. I just think it makes it harder. And as you've said before, it's easy when things are going well. The hard part is when things aren't going well.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know. Appreciate the call, Corey.
Yeah.
I just don't know where. Like, I don't think Nick's authority. In other words, I'm saying, like, this stuff with AJ, I think would have happened with any coach. Like, it's guys that once they get set in their mind that they're unhappy, doesn't matter who the coach is. Stephon Diggs didn't care that Sean McDermott was the head coach. Like, these guys are going to feel the way that they feel. Like, Lamar Jackson didn't care that John Harbaugh was the coach anymore. He didn't want to deal with him anymore.
Right.
So I think with Nick, that's just the way it's going to be with a lot of these coaches. I think the players, this is the way the league is. There are a few Andy Reids and, like, those type of coaches where they have that complete authority and every player knows it. I look at the guys in Carolina. You think that guy is running the building?
No,
I don't even know his damn name.
Dave Canales?
Yeah, like I don't know if these guys are going to be completely in charge of these players. So I only say that to be fair to Nick. I don't know what he can do in those situations. He doesn't have the ability to bench guys on his own and all that type of stuff. And I don't know how many coaches would.
Do you think they could turn Nick into that, though? I guess the question is,
I don't know if they want that.
Well, I don't think they want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.